All right, y'all, I am live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are coming in the room right now. This is J Red checking in live in effect. Um, I just witnessed the versus battle that took place between the Queens, Eve and Trina. And the reason I'm making this video is because I want to make sure that I reach out to all of my detractors and my haters on everything that I plan on happening actually happening. You know, make sure that you tap on in into the chat. This is my first time actually going live, like officially, right now. Let me make sure I share this on Facebook. We're doing that right now because we got some stuff to talk about for all of my. Hold on a second. We got some stuff to talk about. I went there. Let me go to my Twitter. Um, yeah, that's that. Log in. About to go on Twitter. Log in. Well, fuck it. We ain't gonna go to Twitter. We just went to Facebook, and let me pop up on my Instagram too. Let me pop up on my Instagram too, real quick. Give me just a second. Yo, what's up, y'all? I am live right now on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/RedsView to tune in live to get my recap of the Trina versus Eve battle versus. So yeah, man, like first of all, what did y'all think about it? What did y'all think about the Eve versus Trina battle? Because I have some thoughts about this. Um like okay, so right now, right? Um I'm gonna say this for my haters and detractors. First of all, what I was saying about this battle was nothing negative. I was just saying that this was not a good matchup. I was saying that I think that Eve should battle somebody else and Trina should battle somebody else because I don't think that they were a good matchup with each other. Eve makes certain type of records and Trina makes certain type of records. We all know this. Like, why are y'all playing? Um, I think both artists are great artists for what they did. They actually showed that tonight. They are both hit makers. They're both extraordinary artists. You know, they're talented. They were signed for a reason, and one was with the Rough Riders camp, and one was with the Slip and Slide camp. But what all I was saying was that this was not a good matchup. Okay, that's all that I was saying. But it was people that commented on it were just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Everybody's gonna tune in. Um, you just don't like women battling and all this other stuff. And that's not what I said. That's not what I meant. All that I was saying was that, um, like, if you're going to choose female hip hop artists, right? If we're talking about verses, with the versus battles that have taken place recently, there have been, superstars versus superstars, or if it's not superstars versus superstars, there are noteworthy people who are, like Jeezy and Gucci, right? Jeezy and Gucci haven't made a hit in a while, but they rode that based off of the beef that they've had in the past. So that made everybody tune in. You got to have something that makes everybody tune in. And I looked at the numbers tonight, and the most they had at one time was like 300,000 people. I'm sure that it may be a little higher due to impressions, but it really wasn't that many people compared to other versus battles. But what I told everybody was that people weren't going to be that in tune with this one or engaged with this one because just the matchup isn't right. I do commend versus for actually um, doing the battle on Wednesday instead of the weekends, right? Because like with everybody outside now, everybody can go do what they want to do, and on the weekends, that's when everybody goes out and do what they want to do for the most part, right? So I just felt that you know this battle that they were doing wasn't going to be good enough to, for one, do on the weekends, and also it just wasn't a perfect matchup. Now, if it comes to when it comes to who actually won, thank you for that like button. By the I'm tuned in. Chime in and say who you feel like won. I personally think because we have to talk about it's versus, right? Versus meaning the person on the other side versus the person on the other side. I know we like to say this is a celebration of music, but I'm a competitor just like every other hip hop MC is a competitor. And these are both hip hop MCs, female MCs. I feel like Trina won. Trina won straight up, man. Like I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not gonna flake it. I feel like Trina won. It's a couple of reasons why. Music that's out right now, um, and what we're accustomed to hearing. If you're going to match up these artists, Eve is a rapper. I will say that. When it comes to bar for bar, word for word, song for song, I feel like Eve is the better rapper. But as far as from what we hear today, I feel like Trina, her music resonates more to not just the newer generation, but for what, just any generation of what we hear today. When we go out to clubs or when we go out to parties or house parties and stuff like that, you're more than likely to hear a Trina record versus an Eve record. I haven't heard an Eve record in a party in shit. You know what? Matter of fact, by the time I started going to parties, I don't even think Eve records were really playing like that when I'm thinking about it, But I've always heard Trina records. So I say that to say it's like the generation of artists that are at right now, when you think about Mulatto, the City Girl, or she's formerly known as Mulatto. She's Big Lotto now, or Lotto, right? Lotto, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cash Doll, Doja Cat. These are all products of Trina, right? Eve a little bit, but Trina for the most part. So I really feel strongly that, by the way, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you hadn't already. Subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. But I feel like Trina is like when I heard their song for song, it just that Trina's shit just stood out a little more than Eve's. And if I'm tripping, y'all let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the chat. And I'm still trying to find out how to work all this stuff. If you're watching right now, say something in the chat. Can you see the chat? Do I need to enable it? I don't know. After this stream is over with, please let me know what I need to do to see the chat because I don't really see it going right now. But Eve, like when Eve played "Got a Man" and "Love Is Blind," Trina would just bring it back to the party because if you got one, the thing is, if both of them made party records, then this would have been a good battle. But that's not the case at this particular point. You know what I'm saying? Like both of them make different records. So that's why it was just a different feel. And with Trina, it felt more so like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, she playing this shit. Like, and I'm used to being at parties would look back at it. You know what I'm saying? When girls just get to twerking and shit like that, it brought me back to my college days. Even to this day, like as a DJ, I'm going to put on a Trina record way before I put on the Eve record. I can't even think of an Eve record I would really put on unless I'm at a party that has a lot of white people and it's a pop crowd and I can play "Who's That Girl" or "Let Me Blow Your Mind." You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like Trina pulled it off. Now, the other part is Eve was in London. London is 5 hours away, and we're past the part of mobile versus social media versus, right? We're at the point to where we can all be in the same room or both competitors could be in the same room. So the fact that Trina wasn't in the same room as Eve and Eve was all the way in London, it felt distant and it just didn't feel right, so Eve's audio was a little bit off compared to Trina's. So Trina had a crowd, y'all. Trina had a crowd to make you feel that club party atmosphere that Eve was missing. Eve just had a DJ and she was out in London, and I love Eve records. I love Eve records. Would I say more than Trina records? I mean, as far as they're two different vibes, but I really, really felt like Trina outshined Eve tonight when we're talking about being competitors. I'm not saying that Eve is a less of an artist as Trina. And I'm not saying Trina isn't fucking with Eve, but when you think of Eve, you think of lyricism and you think of content. When you think of Trina, you think of ratchet shit, shaking your ass, and she got some content too. But I feel like them not being in the same thing really messed it up. Just like if Eve was in Philly with the crowd and then Trina was in London, it would have been a different atmosphere. It would have been a different outcome, honestly. Um, but I think that, and then it happened too fast. With Eve being in London, she had said, like, hey, y'all, it's late as hell out here. So Eve was trying to get this shit wrapped up. Eve got that bag. You know what's going to happen with Verzuz. They get a check, I'm sure. I don't know how much the check is, but they get a check now that they're with Triller, and then you know that their streams are going to go up. Streams, album sales, all that's going to go up, especially with Tidal, YouTube, and all the social media the music platforms, streaming platforms sharing the playlist. That's gonna go up. So Eve was like, hey, y'all, I'm ready to get this bag. I ain't rapped in a minute. Boom. But she's married to a rich white husband. Right? So, she ain't really worried about money, but she may have done this as a favor to Swizz. I don't know. But I will commend the ladies. They both look great, especially on this flyer. If you're looking at the flyer right now on the screen, man, the thumbnail, those ladies look phenomenal at their age. Like, when I saw that, I was like, damn, I always had a crush on Eve. I'm going to keep it a buck. When she first came out, when she was with the Rough Riders and she had the blonde hair with the paw prints and stuff like that, she wasn't as attractive. But when she started doing like barbershop and having her own sitcom and stuff like that, I was like, God damn, Eve is bad. Trina's always been bad. But yeah, man, I think that the battle was off. Like I told y'all not as many people will be watching this. It was only like up to like 300,000 people. So all my haters and detractors, I spoke the truth. I wasn't shitting on any artist, and y'all have to use your comprehension skills, listening skills and comprehension skills, because I didn't diss either one of these artists. All I said was that it was a mixed match, right? Like it wasn't gonna work. And by God, was I right? So Eve, I really feel like she should have been here in the US. I really wish she could have been in Miami. Eve, why did you have to go? Like, why did you have to be in London? I know you live there, but you could have came here for the Verzuz at the end of the day. But what did y'all think of it, man? I don't know what they were really thinking about this. Like, I'm hoping for the next verses. Well, because Bow Wow, let me talk about the Bow Wow and Soulja Boy situation. Now, I had people saying, how are you not excited about Eve versus Trina, but you're excited about Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy? Well, I'll tell you why. Bow Wow and Soulja Boy have 20 hits apiece, or at least 20 hits apiece, right? More than Eve and more than Trina. You can talk shit about Bow Wow, you can talk shit about Soulja Boy, but one thing about them is they were making music from when they were young up until now. Soulja Boy has a hit out currently. She make it clap. I'm not talking about who are better rappers. Of course, I would rather listen to Eve record than a fucking Bow Wow record. Well, I don't know. Listen, like Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, they're hit makers. Y'all counted them out, man. And I told y'all that I would be more excited because of their exchange with each other, right? You see how Trina and Eve were just showing love, right? With Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, you know there's going to be turmoil. It's going to be some type of viral moments that make people laugh their ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for the most at the end of the day. I'm not saying that they're better rappers than Eve and Trina. I'm just saying that as far as verses wise, you're going to see a lot of memes. You're going to see a lot of catchphrases. You're going to see a lot of crazy shit. Soulja Boy, you know what Soulja Boy does. Eve and Trina is going to be today and gone tomorrow. Like, there was nothing funny they did. Both of them on point, which was beautiful, but it's nothing that stood out about this battle besides the fact that if you like both artists, you were just happy to hear them perform, because that's all that it was. It wasn't anything, that just stood out or whatever. But I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing them and glad that Trina is still making music. Eve ain't making music. Eve gave up on that shit a while ago, Eve was signed to Rough Riders, but then she went back to Aftermath, I think, and then she went to Swizz Beatz Full Surface Records, and she hadn't put out a record since I forgot that last album, Lip Lock, I want to say. So Eve ain't worried about making music, and it was beautiful to see them together. But at the end of the day, I think that this wasn't a good matchup. If we're going to do female versus female, I would rather see Foxy Brown versus Lil' Kim. Eve could have battled Lil' Kim, or Lil' Kim could have battled Trina. That would have been a real good battle, now that I think of it. You know, they both make those sexual records and stuff like that. And I think it would have been a good battle. But I do want to see, y'all got it confused. When I brought up Queen Latifah and MC Lyte, because that seems to be a hot topic on the video before this, when I talked about the Eve and Trina battle that was coming up, right? I said nobody would want to see MC Lyte versus Queen Latifah. And I said that because with Verzuz, you're talking about 20 songs versus 20 songs, which are hits or popular records. What 20 songs does Queen Latifah have? What 20 songs does MC Lyte have? I'm not shitting on them as artists. I'm just saying, what do they have to go back and forth to make more than 300,000 people tune in and be like, oh man, let me see that. I don't think it's any. And that's not shitting on them, but it's the truth. You know, the Brat could battle somebody, Lil' Kim. The Brat, Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj, Trina, Eve. As far as past female artists, are y'all gonna dig up Yo-Yo, JJ Fad? Salt and Pepper could maybe have a battle with like another female rap group, but I mean, what other female rap groups do we have besides JJ Fad? But we're being realistic, y'all. We're being realistic about what people want to see. In Verzuz, people want to see hit records versus hit records. You would alienate a whole crowd if you have Queen Latifah versus MC Lyte. A lot of these people don't even know who Queen Latifah is outside of Living Single in the movies, which is phenomenal. She did that. But that sadly, sad but true, a lot of people don't even know who MC Lyte is, right? It's y'all get what I'm saying, man. Y'all get what I'm saying. I love female rap, but if you're gonna do female rap, you gotta have like those superstar female rappers that everybody will want to see, right? Now on the male side, I think next I really want them to get the big dogs like Boyz II Men, Jodeci, Drew Hill. Still waiting on the Bone Thugs versus 3 6 Mafia. I don't know what's going on with that. They need to get that shit together. Who would y'all want to see? They said Kanye and Pharrell. That would be a phenomenal battle. That would be a phenomenal battle. I really want to see Kanye and Pharrell go at it. But you know one thing about this Trina and Eve battle? This shit ended fast as hell. This is the fastest Verzuz battle I've seen. Like, and I guess because Eve was 5 hours away in London, and she was like, "Hey, y'all, we gotta hurry this shit up." They didn't like stay on and mingle and do too much talking. It was fast. They didn't waste no time on this shit. No time. But yeah, man, I hope people, really enjoyed it, because I shit, man, like it was straight to me. It was straight. I will say that. No, I'm lying. It really wasn't straight. It really wasn't straight. It was just like whatever. They two different audiences. But if I'm going to pick the victor, I would pick Trina, because Trina's music, just like with her setting and with the crowd around, she was in Miami, she was in her element. Eve wasn't in her element, right? So, my bad. I'm looking at a message that I had, but I just don't think it was a good matchup at the end of the day. Comment, let me know what y'all think. This is my first time actually going live on YouTube. There's going to be more to come, and we're actually going to release a couple of clips from ResView that we did earlier today. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ResView. Follow me on Instagram at JAYR3D. I'm going to be going live more often, trying to get the hang of this shit right now. Donate to the Cash App is $JAYR3D. I repeat, $@JAYR3D. Make sure you check me out. This is J Red Revs. I'm signing out.